Hello everybody, welcome back to game number 4 between the teams. We've got Ann versus LDK. Now this time we've got Ann on the left side as the blue team and LDK on the right side. Now for the first a brief summary. Game number 1. Ann were doing amazingly well, and then we hit the 30-minute mark and they were gobstoppingly stopped. They were stopped in their tracks. And LDK came back and won game number 1. Game number 2 and 3 have been very close so far. Game number 2, more so in Ann's favor. They had complete control. And game number 3, just like we watched before, they managed to actually make a really good comeback. They had Yasuo essentially just backdoor the Nexus. Like he was pretty much pulling the Expeke. And now we're coming into game number 4 here. I am your host Reinhardt once again, and I'm joined by Macastar.
Hello, and just quickly, just before we actually get in the game, betting has opened, but this time it is only open. And this is possibly our last bet, so depending on how it goes, we will talk to the host and see what happens. The bet will stay open for 10 minutes, then it will close itself automatically. So if you want to bet, get in now, or you might miss out, unfortunately. But before that, let's get into the game. Or finally, this could be the end. I see the light at the end of the tunnel.
I just see lights.
I thought we could turn them down, actually. It's the one thing we discussed yesterday, but
well, another thing we need to discuss is get your bets in now, everybody. Just exclamation mark bet 0 for Ann, 1 for LDK. I think we have to double check that, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 0 for Ann, 1 for LDK. Space, whatever your bet number is, it can be anywhere from 1 to 9,999. You use your imagination. Get in there, get those bets in, because we've got 10 minutes of the bets today. These will be the last bets of the evening. I think there might be a surprise at the end of this, maybe, possibly.
We will have to wait and see what the host says. The host is in charge. We are just speaking for the host.
Yeah, well, with that. Okay, so with that announcement done and out of the way, let's get into champion selection here.
Ooh. 2 amazing picks. The junglers are wanting to get picked, and we see the Deadly Kane not being banned for Daiki, who also played super well. Not only was he a good Evelyn, he destroyed his Kane, giving the enemy no hope. But then we also see the Graves. He is, in my opinion, one of these strongest.
And now we've got skills coming in with Lissandra. Take a look at that.
This is the best team come right here. The Braum coming out. I was really hoping to see a Leona. I'm not going to lie to you.
Hunt's going with the Braum. He's going with the safe picks at the moment. He's not, he's not stepping out of his comfort zone. He really, really wants to win this, which anyone would be all for. Like, he's playing the champions that he is best suited at, and I believe, as we mentioned before, he has really tailored himself to Braum that he's actually climbed to a very high stakes.
Oh, look at that! The Irelia pick coming out. This is very interesting. We saw how well Valeris did during that.
We apologize for the slight little misdirection here. Okay, well, let's continue anyways. But yeah, the picks. Aurelia has been picked again. This is going to be interesting. Aurelia has done really well. She's either hurted all of the enemy team, or she's actually carried the entire team. It's either or really in this instance. And it looks like they've picked up Varus once again for Topia. So Topia's really happy with his Varus picks at the moment. I'm curious as to what Piglet's going to pick to counter him.
Well, I feel like you might see the Zyre again, or the Severe maybe. The Severe was very strong. Had a bit of a itch there.
Yeah, and it looks like they're still trying to figure out what they want to pick as their last. It looks like they've locked in Varus. I mean, they've locked in Ezreal. It's interesting that people are still playing Ezreal, and he's getting his remodel soon. When that thing finally goes live on the screen, it's going to be interesting because his W has a new feature, which is really interesting.
Because it's essentially, from what I understand, essentially similar to a Rise's E.
We won't worry about the specifics at the moment because that's not really relevant here. Like what is relevant is that they've picked Ezreal, and I'm curious to see, how much different will it be when the new champion, the new remodel comes out. So
yeah, we'll just have to wait and find out, to be honest. But even now, Ezreal, I personally find Ezreal is a very good high tier choice, especially when playing high tier. I find a lot of you have to practice them a long time.
Yeah, and it's understandable because he has a bit of a he has an interesting kit that he builds. He's one of the only ADCs you don't really need to build crit chance on.
No.
No, when over the past, I'll probably say a couple of patches, not many people have actually picked it. They've more or less gone for tier of the god, either double tier, mostly double tier, as well as a Trinity Force. But it's anybody's game. To each their own. It's really under those conditions. How Ezreal is very circumstantial. He's very, I think it's versatile. I think the word is I'm looking for here.
Yes. Now we see some interesting picks. I actually have a little guess here. With Morgana being banned, I feel like we might see the Leona pick come out. I am 100% confident. LDK might counterpick it, but I am praying, actually still a bit of heart cross there, that we see the Leona give it to Hunt.
I'm feeling Leona is going to get picked as well. She is up for grabs. She's ready to go. But going up against Rakan, though, that's an interesting theory.
We will see the lovers do it, and I'm confident now there will be a Leona.
I feel like there's still time to tell. I mean, actually, never mind. They just picked him the minute they could. The minute they realized he wasn't banned is the minute they were going to let him pick. So that is probably why they didn't decide the Braum pick before. They took Aurelia instead because they wanted to take a gamble, and the gamble paid off in their favor.
Well, this is Leona. They were saying before that they were worried Leona was going to get counterpicked if they picked her early, especially to someone like Morgana. But they got rid of that more. Oh, Shen. Oh, I thought that actually picked Rosa. I thought it was the Shen.
Well, it looks like we've got Shen as the top lane for Laughing Man, so
it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be a really good game because Leo can engage, or Aurelia can engage, and then Shen just ninjutsus himself right on top of them, allowing them to just continue a fight without actually taking any health damage whatsoever.
I was trying to think of a joke to say then, but I actually couldn't think of one. Ninja. Nin.
Fair enough. I guess at this point I can pretty much laugh at anything. I mean, come on. We're coming on 7.5. We're coming on to 7 hours 50, closing in on 8 hours of streaming today. All the just continuous casting. I mean, my throat is essentially no longer existent. I have Smoker's voice. I'm going to sound like an old lady tomorrow. That's all right. It'll be worth it.
Yeah.
Now we've coming into the final. We've coming into the complete selection of everything so far. What is your opinion?
Well, my opinion is we are seeing the Ninja himself, the Cigar Master, that's what we're going to call him, Graves, who does a lot of damage. He can get fed, and especially get that Storm Rays like you keep on saying. He's going to do damage. We also see that Aurelia, who I believe was the very first game you saw her played, and how well she sort of carried the team. It didn't turn out well in the end. But
no, because they hit like 30 minutes where she was pretty much stopped in her tracks, and even though she was able to herd most of the enemy team, she still couldn't really, do a lot because they started picking her off. She didn't have Guardian Angel.
Yes, and quickly, we will hop ourselves in game quickly. But while we do that, it is the awaited raffle. Woo, congrats. Okay, here we go. We're going to pick a winner. Winner, chicken dinner, as PUBG would say. Oh, the winner is, oh my god,
Fernando Grez.
Yeah,
well
Fernando
done, mate.
Grez, congratulations on winning the raffle.
So sad. So bad. Oh well. Everybody had an equal chance, and today's winner is Fernando. So well done, dude. Congratulations on whatever it is that you've won. Now we've got ourselves in the game, and I'm seeing an Odyssey's Kane skin. Now that is a skin I want to buy.
Oh, it is the coolest skin. Seeing it again, I love it.
Every single time they bring out a new 1820 skin, it's called the skin or the coolest skin for now type of thing.
Yeah, no, it's definitely interesting. We see AENN putting on the aggression there, sort of just saying to Kane, "Hey, how you doing, mate? Just popping by here."
Well, I like how Graves is sort of testing the waters at the moment. He's just seeing where they are, where Kane is, so he can try and counter him somehow. Which is understandable, because that's the one thing you really need to keep track of for your team. If you know where the enemy jungler is, you're going to have a safer time playing the game.
Yeah, well, it seems a bit of a play, but that's one thing we haven't really seen. Compared to the semi-finals which started out, no one's really warded straight away, just putting in there.
No, but it makes sense because it saves them for a ward in lane. I mean, it's better to save that ward for in lane and just run around, try not to get caught, and just use the ward in lane phase. That way you can farm, you can claim CS, you can claim gold, you can claim XP without really worrying too much. Because if you still have your flash available as well as your ward, you're not really gonna have much of a problem.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. The only problem I'm worried about is definitely whether or not Kane's going to go Assassin or Shadow Assassin or Guardian. Like, what do you predict? I know it's still early to tell, but if you just had to have a crack at it, what do you think?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear a single word of that. What?
Do you think Kane's going to go Darkian or Shadow Assassin?
Well, looking at the team comp, they've only really got they've only got 2 ranged players on their team, and if he prioritizes going after Graves, he'll unlock Assassin. Otherwise, he has a much higher chance of unlocking Rust than he is Shadow Assassin at the moment.
Definitely. We saw how this, because wasn't it in the first game? It was Cassandra versus. No, it was a Victor. Sorry. Just correct myself there. It was Victor versus Irelia. I'm going to say it's curious to know how Irelia is going to go, especially when Cassandra has that poke with her. I don't know what ability it is.
I'm having the foggiest time remembering at the moment. I do apologize. I'm having the foggiest right now because my mind is absolutely stretched.
So we're getting essentially 8 hours for us, so you know we are running on fumes at the moment. We will try as much as we can. But there we are, getting some nice poke on the Irelia, but we saw this in the first game.
Well, Willarus is doing well to poke. Like he's sort of really testing the waters a little too much. He's losing quite a bit more health than he should, which can force him a little bit more defensively. But he's doing well to maximize his W's potential, of minimizing damage taken, and just dishing more of it back at the enemy to try and be able to survive poking. Oh, okay then. Sorry for that. But anyways, look at the top lane. Look at what we've got here. Shen versus Camille. Shen can negate Camille quite well because his W allows him to actually, I'm pretty sure it's his W. He can just open that up, like the anti-basic attack shield, or the anti-attack zone really.
I'm a bit confused there. Sort of went in, taunted, didn't bring his Q and W on, so that's probably down.
Brain fart. Muscle memory is probably a little bit stretched. At this point, everybody's a little bit worn out type of thing, because we're hitting game number 4 tonight. It's 2-1. If LNN win this, they win the entire series, the championship today, as well as the grand prize. It's like, all the cards are on the table, and I guess, everyone would be a little bit under pressure.
Fingers crossed that this is the final game.
I guess, yes. I mean, we can root for Anne, but, both teams have an equal chance. It's not over till the fat lady sings.
It's the thought you really go for.
I'm sorry, that's just the most relevant thing I can think of.
Yeah, no, you're right. Oh, Leona going in on Ezreal. This is what you want to see. Leona's W. I think that just hit the Ezreal, but that's the thing. That is the thing what's going to cause the most damage to W. Like, yes, the
Kane's going in on Graves. Look at that. He's coming in with an initiator. Graves is really returning fire. Aurelia is forcing herself backwards. She is out of mana. I do realize before she actually claimed first blood.
Oh,
now she's going in. She's tagged him.
Oh, not enough mana, I believe, to do those 2 Qs, unfortunately.
Well, she's stretching herself out quite a lot at the moment. She hasn't got any charges of her corrupting potion left. She's already claimed first blood. She's got a lot of CS. Obviously, teleport was expended from skills just to try and minimize the gap between the two in the early stages of this game. Shen is doing well to pop his passive when Camille tries to go in on him, so that way he soaks up that damage with, a shield that will just regenerate later on anyways. Like, I think it's got like a 30-second cooldown, and then he can use it again. Whereas if it was his actual health, he'd be in trouble.
Yeah, well, it's just interesting to see, because right now we definitely see the aggression from Irelia mid. Obviously, Irelia will want to show her dominance throughout it. Well, if we look top, Shen's level 8, yeah, poke me, I can just block your auto attacks, I don't really care.
That is true, but that's if he gets him off correctly. I mean, like we saw earlier in the first dash, he actually missed it completely. He screwed up his combo and was taking a few hits, and then afterwards when he was retreating, he activated it. And it's almost like it just completely was, not necessary to use.
See, obviously, I think this might be a push over the edge of bot lane, especially with how he can just get those potions. He can get a mana out of the bot if he wants to regen all his mana as well. He sort of has that ability not to go back if he gets the right bots. But yeah.
Yeah, the keyword "if" is really makes a huge difference at the end of the day.
Yeah, there we are. We'll just let it sit for a bit.
Well, I like how defensively Laughing Man is playing at the moment with Shen, because he's not really trying to over push so much. He's, with Shen, it's better to be passive and not aggressive, because you want to keep tabs on your team. If someone gets low, you can ulti to them, or if they're going to make a play and they need Shen to engage, he can just ulti straight off the bat. He doesn't need to worry about Camille coming in and knocking him off his path.
Yeah, no, you are right. Camille flashing there with the W, not doing much because he's a bit scared of the Graves coming in right now, so it is a bit curious. But right now, it's really interesting. Graves going for a bit of an invade there. We have been known for Laughing Man to be very aggressive, especially when he played Urgot and all that, and that was a bit of a downfall. So it's curious to see how he's going to play from then on. Because right now he's starting to be a bit more aggressive, and I think that's because he knows Graves is in their jungle, or in the enemy jungle, so he can just walk down and help out.
Well, see, Tempest is doing well to, play Kane. He's really being aggressive. He's forcing himself into the enemy jungle. Pardon? No, he's playing. No, Tempest is playing Graves. Okay. Daiki's playing Kane. Oh, really gets ulted from the Sundra. Follows upwards, but gets the W to reduce damage, and then Shen comes in with the ulti to just completely block a remaining portion of damage. So they did well to save him.
It's a bit unfortunate, because if I am correct, the cooldown on Shen's ult, level 6, is roughly about 2 minutes or a bit over.
It's a real big number, and it doesn't really shrink much with time.
There we go. I rarely get the kill using the ult, 2 Qs and ignite.
And an epileptic fit for me. Just dashing back and forth continuously like that with our screen jumping with her. I feel like I'm having an epileptic fit or like a seizure or something. It's just like my brain can't keep up.
I think it's worse when she dashes like multiple minis where it's like...
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about, and that's what I saw just then. She took down the Sandra and then just jumped from minion to minion to save herself.
Leona in great position going in.
What is going on here? The flash for drag.
Stops going out easy. Kill for Graves. Unfortunately, if Kane gets auto attacked to anything, he gets bounced right out of his E. Unfortunately, is a sort of that advantage, making it not too OP. Unfortunately, getting Graves put, and Leona graciously gave it to the Graves. Something good to see.
It's always nice to see a very good team play, and just like that right there, it really gets him with a storm.
Kill soloed.
As soon as she traps somebody with that blade line, she's essentially killed them. It's like a secured kill.
It's amazing. Like, I rarely just snowball. If this just continues, this might be over. I have to say, before 20 minutes, I rarely just snowball. That's it. Like, we can't.
Well, when you're at this stage of the evening, each of the players have been playing for a long time.
Leona and Graves and Irelia all going in, picking up the kill on Kane. Backing up though, realizing that it's a bit risky diving for the time, because he does have his ult up, and that can definitely be a small game changer considering it will charm them all.
Pardon?
It taunts them all at least. Rakan's ult. It charms them, doesn't it?
Yeah, it charms them. It sort of essentially like lures them in his direction wherever he's running. Exactly like Ari's charm.
There we are, chucking all of this.
He did well to survive, but in the end, it sort of didn't really work well in his favor, especially since Camille ulted on top of it.
Well, if he had his auto, he did try using his auto attack block there, but did not work successful. And unfortunately, Irelia did die as well, giving Lysandra a bit of gold there from Irelia being on a bit of a killing spree. Lost my.
So far, it's looking pretty good. Like, it's very close between Varus and Ezreal at the moment. Rakan and Leona is really what makes the big difference here. Rakan could do well defensively, but proactively, it could really not work for him, because Ezreal needs to be in front of the target, and he needs nothing in between his target and him in order for him to maximize his potential.
Well, I suppose Rakan essentially is sort of a safety net, stopping Leona. If Leona somehow traps him, Rakan just jump in, ult both of them, drag him away. Ezreal just escape.
You're exactly right, and just looking at how aggressive Tempest has been so far, as well as Leona's ability, or should I say Hunt's ability, to actually help him out when he needs to. I feel like that was a predicted ulti. They knew it was going to come, and so they just let it come, and then they would finish it off.
Ezreal just wanted that cheeky steal there. I'm gonna say we're not like pros where we do like the what is it, the free what they did this year at Mid International, the free Baron buff skin if someone stole the Baron.
Can't remember. I can't remember, honestly. Right now, my mind is having the foggiest.
Yeah, we are at that point in the stream.
Yeah,
Just
we
gotta
are
keep
at that point in the
emphasizing
stream. We're
that.
coming on 8 hours and 5 minutes. I mean, we do need that periodic. We do need to like let our minds be
Aurelia
set.
getting the kill, but Lissandra with that E sort of woof.
She gets away though. She got away with the skin on her teeth. She had Ignite. She was at like 5% health, but she lived. Well, that's interesting to see at the moment.
Yeah, we are. Sorry.
Oh!
Yeah, Kate going in. I'm going to say sorry for this cutting out there. Ryan hands take over for me. The team started yelling, and that sort of shocked me a little bit.
I think they're getting to that point now that they're dead serious. They don't want anything stopping them. They will pretty much like get their emotions rise to the surface.
In, jumping on the Aurelia. Shen ulting. Here we go. Shen should get the E off. No, dodging it with the ult. Going on the Aurelia, but getting it. Rakan popping in with his ult. Ulting on Leona, getting taunted. Leona does not have her ult, unfortunately, or anything. She does have a flash, though. Nothing else happening. 3 members still alive. 4. Rakan, Lissandra, Kane, and Ezreal all under mid tower.
Oh, a
Rakan
flash!
jumping in. Leona getting stunned, but no, Varus popping the ult, trying to save Leona, but him himself may get caught out. Ezreal missing the Q. Lissandra and Ezreal determined to get the kill. They're going in. Yeah, Ezreal landed Q. Lissandra splashing to get the snare. There we are. Ezreal with final Q to get the kill. There we go. Easy kill to Ezreal. Now getting the scuttle, getting the objective. Camille just keeping the back top. Shem with the taunt, getting on some damage. Unfortunately, Graves is coming in. This is what we're looking for. Get the kill on Camille.
Come on, Shan. Flash on top of him, mate.
There we are. We see just some basic autos. Oh, Graves flashing. One more hit. There we are. Probably didn't need to waste the ult there, but
A little bit delayed, but that's all right. I mean, Shen didn't use his ult. He didn't use flash, so he was perfectly fine. He still got takedown, which is pretty good. You know, it's an even trade. He let Graves take the kill.
Here we are for once in the time. The first tower is going to LDK. That is the first time seeing that. Most times it's always going to ALN. But in regards to that, they did pick up the Rift Herald, so this might be a tower in the future. Where they use it is definitely curious, considering first 2 towers are up still. So there's no really pressure on the lanes. They just really got to
No, yeah, like they may be a little bit behind just because that first turret has gone to LDK, but I think Anne have a plan up their sleeve. Graves has the Eye of the Herald, so it's only a matter of where he wants to place it and when they want to use it. Like, I feel like it could be a huge game changer once it happens. Although what's just as interesting is Graves going up against Kane, and Kane just uses his Q just to poke him a little bit.
Well, there is the 2-level difference, and Graves, no, almost is going into a Storm Razor already. Getting close, but they both do have their jungle item. Giving Aurelia the blue because she is using a ton of mana, not even conserving it. She's just like, stuff it, I'll get it back.
Exactly. She's not really too concerned so much about that. I mean, then she goes back to base, it regenerates on its own very quickly.
Yeah, now it's interesting to see. There we are getting stunned again. I reckon we see the ult. No.
It's interesting how Willerus is playing Aurelia. Like, he's really going aggressive, and he's using his defensive stats aggressively. So he goes in, gets the initial startup. He uses his W straight away because he knows what's going to come, or he's expecting it to happen, and then he's going to continue his fight.
Well, I feel like we might see Grave popping the rift here, trying to get that mid tower. That mid tower is under 50%. So
he's unlocked at mid lane. He's going to keep going. They're going to push it in.
Well, I reckon they might try get the tower and the double kill if possible, but unfortunately, no. They know to back off. Camille looks at Rose there, but Shen guarding it, making sure nothing can happen. Telling Camille, you better back off.
Oh, two turret hits like that. 2 turret head bashes from Herald is a real hit star. You know, it's a real headbutt right there.
Yeah, we'll get this first tower definitely key. Yes, it did involve using the rift. It would be good if they could use the rift for a bit more, but this gives them the option of a bit more roam potential than what they had before when they went all of LDK towers. Right, but look, you're getting the campaign ults to safety now.
Oh, Topia takes down Kane.
Unfortunately, that did ruin a bit of Irelia's ult, but no more. Varus did get the kill. He is carrying this again. Shen being onto taunting Lissandra and Rakan. But this maybe was down for where Camille picking. No, Shen's running as quick as he can. No, Camille picks up the kill, but here comes Irelia. Varus is still there. Camille ulting the Varus. Unfortunately, the kill does go to Camille. Getting it now. Unfortunately, Irelia does have to back. Graves is there though. He's still full health, but he's running a bit low on mana. He could get a triple, but he made his back off to safety.
Well, things are getting a little bit hectic at the moment. Just look at that. They managed to claim a couple kills as well as the T2 turret. So that's 2 turrets already in one swoop. Now that is an effective use of a Herald buff right there.
That's the way to go. And we already see, I didn't even realize, but we're getting Infernal Drakes again. Obviously, they want them to get the damage quick, so it goes
I think they want these games to end quick. I think Riot are really speaking to us now.
Okay, there we are. We see a second Infernal Drake coming up in a couple of seconds. Curious to see what's going to happen. I feel like they're going to sort of focus their team around that side, but at the same time, looking at the map, Shen is going top. Look at that. It could be an easy push for Shen to get top tower. It's all bot essentially. 5-man bot for LDK, while only 4 there for ANN. It's definitely very interesting. Shen does, Shen does not have ult. This is definitely a risky play, but he does have TP, so if a ward is shut down, it's easy enough to get down.
I think the minute he sees a team fight break out, he's going to plant that ulti, he's going to plant that teleport, and he's going to come to the team's aid. Like, a lot of his teammates are sitting around wards, so they're pretty much trying to play with Shen in the mix. Even though he's not there, they're planning to play with a teleport.
There we are. The gate of the Leona stunning them all, getting a whole man stuck, getting the damage up. Rakan going down to Graves. Irelia ulting. Lissandra ulting herself, trying to save herself, but no, goes down to Irelia. The only one left is Kayn and Camille. Kayn going down to Shen now, or Ezreal. Camille standing there in the bush like, what the hell, they don't know what to do. Sort of Camille going in on there, Irelia ulting. Irelia may go down, but a free drag goes to ANN. And look, this may be a mid push. Varus is roaming there, signaling it. Looks like Laughing Man and Tempest may want to try stop backing. But it just seems like they want to take, actually instead they want to take control of that side and get rid of any wards they can see.
Oh, it's understandable that they want to get rid of those wards because, well, they don't want vision. They don't want LDK to have vision at all. And it looks like Darky has gone with Rust this time around. So I'm curious as to see how they're going to play Rust. You know, how Rust is going to be played around their comp.
I went really blank there, and I thought Rust. I think, what's Rust?
Darken.
Yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, it's more.
It's a nice looking skin though. Like, it looks really flashy.
I have that skin.
Show off.
So cool.
I like that now we're beginning to see some proper plays. That, like, Shen is trying to take bottom lane now. Graves is resetting himself. He's going to continue trying to claim that farm. He's got a lot of farm for a jungler at the moment. Like, Aurelia's almost at 10 CS per minute, followed by Varus, and a very close second from Ezreal. I mean, so far it's like ANN are really doing something. Like, they're really starting to show. They're really starting to come to life. They've got almost 5,000 gold lead. They've got 2 turrets to 1. Graves has yet to die, so he's got a perfect KDA. And, like, you know, so far, Graves and Aurelia have been the carries of their team. And when Aurelia gets really fed, especially in a situation like this, it's only going to get better from here.
And right you are. And we can't forget, Graves has the perfect score. At the moment, he is, or if this is the final game, he wants to have that perfect score.
Oh, I would love that. Hey, I would love to end the game. I would love to end my series on a good note like that. Even if it was a lose, I would still love to have no deaths.
It would be the great way to go. But thank you. Camille ulting the Graves, taking him down, then taking out the Leona. There we are, collapsing onto the Irelia. Now Irelia trying to do something. Ross ults her. Irelia takes down the Sandra, but sadly Irelia goes down to Ezreal.
Aurelia. Wow, my voice broke. Aurelia has done well to actually herd the team again. Like I said before, she does well to either herd the team or pretty much make the plays for, you know, the rest of his team to, you know, sort of work with. And in this case, she sort of did a little bit of both. She's set up some plays as well as she actually herded the entire team to her location. So, you know, they've taken the tier 1 turret in the bottom lane. They tried taking tier 2, and now they've realized what's going on. Top turret is now completely open for the taking. Look at that turret. It is pretty much an open chess piece.
He's just like, take the turret. You just want to yell, take the turret. now. But no, they probably have a perfect KDA off stop. I actually didn't pick that up. Thank you for the heads up, Fernando. Just gonna go with that. I know it's bad. I should say the full name, but no worries. There we are. Great does not matter. Even great after death. Yes, he does give away essential gold, but he does have the kills still, and the dreaded Storm Razor.
Yeah, he has the Storm Razor. Now we're gonna see whether I'm actually right or wrong, or should I say right and left, and I'm delusional.
Let's do it right. I think it's complicated a whole ton of things.
Okay then. Oh, look at that. Aurelia is almost getting 100% catching points on her line, on her line of stun. And it's really interesting because she dashes to it. No, she gets her stun onto her, dashes to him, and then dashes again, and continues the fight onwards, all the way through.
Thank you for caring about us, Ace. Fish, appreciate
it. Anyways, though, let's get back to this game. I can see you're feeling the water going down there.
This is the first 8 hours, guys. You've probably done this heaps, but for me, it's torture.
It's the first time for both of us.
There we go. We go down together. But there we are. You are right, though. I should listen to you and get back into the game. Don't want to get too distracted. Just pay attention to it. An overall game stat. We see S lead between the sides and Aurelia is huge. It's essentially at it's at 90, but I want to say 100 to be a bit more dramatic. It's essentially at 100 CS. This is so huge because we hopefully work, please. The gold difference we see Aurelia on 11,075 and
whoa,
on 7,000.
That's a 4,000 gold lead. That pretty much makes up the Trinity Force right there.
I know, it's huge. Well, everything else. Everywhere else is pretty easy with actually Varus behind the edge rule, but that is mainly because of the kills.
Yeah, like he's ahead in CS. He's ahead in assists, but he's a little bit behind in kills. He's only got 2 kills compared to 3. That could probably be what makes up the big difference right there.
Well, we use the edge rule with 3 items instead of Varus 2, and these are the items edge rule has are very essential. He's got ice one to slow, as well as Manamune. I'm not sure how that works.
Yeah, but anyways, looking at this here, Rakan gets in with an ulti. Goes down to Varus though. Just comes in. Lissandra goes down. There's pretty much 2 more go down on top of that. Just look at that. That is 3 people down. Sorry, 1 person extra goes down. So everybody in that fight from LDK has pretty much lost their lives. You've got Aurelia coming in with an ulti right on top. Aurelia just claims an easy one with Shen coming into the defender, claiming extra damage.
Right now they are going Baron as we speak. So, it could be a simple Baron. And look, Aurelia's edge is poking, but at the same time, look,
it's a 2-3 split, really.
Yeah.
It looks like they're going to try and claim
Here we
it.
go. No.
Very clean. Oh no, what are you doing, Ezreal? That was a little bit that was a bit far-fetched.
Yeah, he felt there, but they're backing up. But I believe do they take an inhib?
No, they got close to taking an inhib though. They have claimed the inhibitor turret, so the inhibitor is now exposed. They can easily take it if they plan themselves out correctly. They can take it. I mean, at the moment, the Mountain Drake is up for grabs.
Wait, it's Mountain?
Yes, it's Mountain Drake. Baron buff is lit. Baron buff is in favor of Anne at the moment, so they could really push all the way if they felt like it.
Well, if anything, I think LDK really did anything try prioritize push back. But without it, they can't really do too much. We do see them going for it. We actually we see Aurelia going for it, taking it for AWN. Doesn't mean they already pushed the towers needed, so there's not much left to do. But this is going to give them that edge in that final fight.
That is true, and seeing how far ahead they are at the moment, they're already above 10,000. They're at 12,000 gold advantage, closing into 13,000, and that's just too much. Like Aurelia is their playmaker at the moment. She's pretty much the core of their team, and everyone else is just assisting her.
She can do anything herself, but she doesn't even right now. She doesn't even go top by herself. She's fine. Yeah, well, right now she's claiming an inhibitor for the team, while the rest of the team is claiming mid lane. So it's a 4-1 split, and it's a really good win condition at the moment because it's possible for them. Yeah, it's another inhibitor turret. Rakan comes in with an ulti, gets them all up. Shen taking down the Kane. Sandra unfortunately getting down the
complete ace.
And oh no.
I think this is game and this series for tonight, my friend. I think this is in favor of Adelaide No Names.
There we go, folks. Just one more hit on tower. Let's go. There can't be any other end. There was almost a pen to the shin, but no, Aurelius took the double.
And
here we go, people.
That is the
GG.
series, mate.
Adelaide No Names win 3-1 in the series. Congratulations.